you know, we'll never have this moment again. So let's be here together. Maybe feel a little bit of nurturance in our breath. The nurturance to support every aspect of our being, those aspects that are maybe not so soft, those aspects that we're softening. And be here together right now. Let's drop into the moment with our breath. We do this every time we're together, and let's do it again. Maybe the breath has a temperature. Maybe we feel the breath in the side body or the stomach. Just maybe notice, if you follow the breath in, notice where it takes you. Does it have a texture? If you could compare it to maybe water, would it be a smooth, glossy surface? Maybe it's got a few waves or ripples. Maybe it has some riptides. There's no better or preferred, there just is. So just noticing the breath. We were just talking about an intention for the year. So if you have an intention for the year, maybe just for this practice together today, let's bring it into our space. Kind of use this practice as a jumping off point to support that. I'm going to share with you today some Rainer Maria Rilke that really resonated with me the other day. He writes, "Begin again and again the never attainable praising. Remember, the hero lives on. Even his downfall was merely a pretext for achieving his final birth." Sometimes a downfall or a meltdown or something in those lines can be that catalyst for an intention. Let's connect with that hero within us that will begin again and again for this birth here in this new year. Let's begin our practice. Do it in your own way. Maybe that's a chanting of a single Om, or maybe 3 Oms, or maybe it's a hand in the heart. Maybe it's just a deep breath in and out. So our individual intentions coming together as a collective intention today, but beginning your class however is meaningful to you. And then let's come together with our arms outstretched wide, dropping down the shoulder blades and extending through the fingertips to the sides of our mat. Or however you're facing, arms are extended out. Let's extend the arms above the head. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up to the sky, glance down, compressing that thyroid, chin to the chest, reaching up through the shoulder sockets. And then exhale, reach over to the right. Maybe the head stays tilted down, and maybe you kind of lift the chin off the chest, opening up the side body. Now exhale through the middle, set those sits bones as you go over to the other side. Exhale. And exhale, bring the head, the chin, the arms back to the middle. Release the palms, let them kind of gloss across the sky as they reach towards the floor. Let's bring our left arm across the back. So the back of the hand is kind of on the right side body or towards that right hip. Interlace the hands at the hip and then glance over that right shoulder. So the hands are on that right hip socket and the shoulder, the gaze is the same way. Feel the side of the neck, maybe the tops of the shoulders. Maybe you tilt the chin down and notice a different spot in the neck. Inhale, if the chin is tilted, bring it up, bring the head back to the middle, release the hands, bring them out to the side if you want, maybe flip the palms up and down, and then bring the back of that right arm across the back, interlace the hands, maybe the thumb was on, the opposite thumb was on top this time, and then when you're ready, begin again and glance over that left shoulder. Maybe tilting the chin down. Just kind of following the breath in the body. Maybe noticing where this pose takes us. If we notice it in the arm or in the back, in the side body, in the neck, just following the shape. And then exhale, bring the chin to the middle. Let's release the hands again. Bring the hands out to the side. And maybe this time, nice, let's reach over to the right. We're not really lifting the sits bones off, but we're just kind of leaning. It's like when you're trying to something drops behind the, I don't know, the refrigerator, and you're like reaching for that broomstick that fell behind it, get it, and then reach over to the other side, reaching behind. And then maybe a stretch on the opposite side back. And then back to the middle. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart space. Pause, breathe in. Exhale, send the hands out in front. Open up to the side on an inhale. Then exhale, bring the hands behind us. And when those hands are behind us, walk the right hand back, then sweep that left hand across the body towards the right knee. Just a little intentional twist. Maybe noticing that you might want to come out of it a little bit and then exhale again and twist back. Maybe glancing over the right shoulder, you can glance over the left shoulder. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring the heart towards the front. The left arm sweeps back behind us and the right hand comes to the left knee. And then we'll exhale to twist to the other side. Notice if that right shoulder is kind of drifting towards the ear, and maybe let the shoulder come down and the elbow follows. And then exhale, bring the chest to the front, the hands back to the knees. And with those hands on the knees, let's do a seated cat-cow. So maybe around the spine first, chin to the chest. Inhale, drop the belly forward with the heart, with the head back. And then exhale, rounding the back. With your own breath, just it's kind of like a rock. It feels more like a rock, or it feels much like a rock and we're seated, like a rocking. So just moving through our shape with the breath. And then let's bring our shoulders back up, finding more of a stacked spine, and extend our legs forward. And with those toes pointed towards the face, the legs are out nice and long. Let's get those sits bones grounded. Maybe you bring the feet a little bit wider apart if that feels better on the hips and the tops of those legs there. And then we'll bring our arms out like a T so we can sweep them up, interlace the fingers, and then flip the palms to the sky again. And then let's lean it forward. We can bend the knees if we need to. Leading that heart towards the knees and the palms kind of up and forward, reaching towards the feet. You can drop the chin if you want. And as you reach through the palms, stretch out the side body. Maybe you notice on the low back or along the spine or the back of the legs. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring those shoulders back over the hips, arms reach to the sky. Let the hands drift apart and float to the ground. Yes, now with hands at the earth, bring the heels and then the feet to the floor. Let's lean it back. Nice and aware as we lower down, maybe one vertebrae at a time. Hands come over the head and reach past the front of the mat or the end of the mat, wherever we are. And then let's draw our knees to the chest. Arms are still reaching forward. Maybe hover the arms across the floor so they're not touching. And then hug the knees in with the hands coming to the shins. And exhale, lower the feet down to the earth, setting up for bridge pose. Hands can be at the side. Maybe the hands are above the head. Just find a place where your arms is going to feel supported for you to begin this bridge flow. As we exhale, press the feet into the earth and drive those glutes to the sky. And then inhale, lower. Exhale, pressing through the glutes up. And then lower. Exhale, lifting. And then inhale, lower. Another exhale, drive those glutes to the sky. Let's pause at the top. Maybe you shimmy those shoulder blades under the chest. And then just see if you can find some surrender here, some letting go. Even though this is a pretty effortful pose, notice that there's a spot that we can relax. They're the soles of the feet. The heels and the balls of the feet are grounded, but those heels or the soles can soften. Maybe the toes come off the ground. The palms soften. Maybe the cheeks and the eyes soften. And now lower down with control, maybe really slow. Letting out the breath. And then let's extend our legs nice and long and pause here in Shavasana for 3 rounds of breath. On an exhale, let's draw the left knee into the chest. The right leg stays nice and long. And then on another exhale, drop that knee across the body. Maybe you bring a block under the knee. Sometimes I let the knee come to my fist. You can have the other arm out like a T. Maybe the other hand is just on the side body, but just exploring the different variations of a reclined twist. And again, maybe softening the face, softening the soles of the feet. And then exhale, lower down the back, coming out of the twist, but keep that left knee drawn in. And now, with that left knee drawn in, let's lift the right leg off the ground. Maybe an inch, maybe 2. And then flex the foot towards the face. So just a little bit of strength, a lot of strength actually in the top of that right leg to lift the right leg up and hover it for just a few inches. And now lower down the right leg Extend the left leg nice and long. And exhale to draw the right knee in. Situate the body just so you can drop the right knee across. Maybe finding rest on that left fist or a block. Maybe you want to open up the chest a little so you shimmy that left shoulder blade towards the left and you open up the right arm. Or maybe you just want to drop that knee over more and the right hand comes to the side body and that right shoulder is nowhere near the earth. And then let go a little bit. Now exhale. Just do bring that right shoulder to the ground as we bring the right knee into the chest and the entire back is on the floor. So draw that low back to the ground. And then on an exhale, you're going to lift that left leg off the earth just a little bit, not far. And that's kind of the challenge, is to just hover it a few inches. Flexing the feet towards the face. Breathe in. Now exhale, lower the left leg down. And now extend our right leg long. So the legs meet, the legs are long. Let's inhale to bring the hands to the sky. Those kind of like zombie arms that we do sometimes with the fingertips reaching to the clouds. Now hug the knees in to the chest and then extend those legs long. Feel the entire low back on the floor. Flex the feet towards those fingertips. And now we're going to lift our lower back off the ground. Exhaling to reach towards those toes. The upper back is the only part that comes off the ground. You can tilt the chin to the chest if you want. Gaze at the navel, engaging that low back to lift the upper back off the floor. And then inhale to lower the upper back down. And exhale to drop the hand behind us. Those legs stay long towards the sky. Now floating the hands back so the fingertips reach for the sky. Keep the low back, upper back, mid back on the ground this time. Now lower the heels down. As soon as you feel that low back come off the earth, bring the heels back up so the low back stays down. Let's keep our entire back on the ground. So your feet might be far down towards the earth, they might be up higher. Just let them be wherever keeps that low back down. And then with that low back on the earth, maybe then you lift those fingertips to the sky. So that we're kind of over there, pulling your fingers and hands up, lifting the upper back off the ground. Just one more breath. And then exhale, lower the upper back, draw the knees in. Maybe rock side to side, massaging the low back. Maybe massaging the upper back. If you lift the upper back up just a little to get the low part of that mid back or the upper back in me. Now let's find a happy baby. Feet meet the hands, maybe shins come into the palms. You can rock side to side, bend the knees towards the armpits. As we open up the hamstrings, that's going to open up the glutes, which will open the low back, which supports the psoas, which is going to support the front of the body. So this interconnectedness of the body is also a reminder that we're all connected as souls and humans, as friends. Let's bring our heels together. Again, our feet are kind of towards the sky, so kind of like a floating butterfly. And if that's not quite comfortable, then just kind of bring the feet towards each other, the knees kind of coming open. And if you'd like, you can slowly lower down the feet to the ground, finding your Supta Baddha Konasana. Or maybe you kind of like that sensation of a flying butterfly here. Maybe you wiggle toes. Maybe you move the low jaw around. Now one more breath wherever you're at. And we'll find Shavasana for a breath. Deep breath in and out. rolling over onto the stomach. Let's find our puppy pose with our arms extended far in front. Palms down, maybe the forearms are down, but the hips are lifted over the knees. And then we feel this stretching of the back that we've been strengthening for the first part of our time together. Let's glance up at the hands and then move that left hand kind of towards the middle more so we can slide the right arm under the heart and then lower down. Have a little bit of threading that needle. If the forehead is on the ground, perhaps. Inhale. And then exhale, draw the right hand forward, kind of in the middle of the mat. And the left arm maybe comes to the side and then goes under the heart. Threading that needle on the other side. And then we'll bring the left arm out from the floor, left hand under the shoulder, right hand under the shoulder. So now we're in tabletop. And in this tabletop, we're gonna point that right foot to the sky, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. And then exhale, knee to the nose. And then inhale, point the toe to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, toe to the sky, left arm maybe comes forward. We find our balance here. Maybe noticing that strong back coming alive. Stay here if you want, or maybe you lower the hand down with that toe still pointed, or you can sweep the left hand behind you, find the right foot, kick the foot into the hand. A little half bow pose, Ardha Dhanurasana. And then exhale, gently release the hand from the foot. Lower down the knee, lower down the hand. Let's come into wide-kneed child's pose, sitting back. Maybe the hands come forward for just a breath before we find prayer behind the neck. Or any variation with the arms. Remembering that anything that I do up here is just a suggestion. That it's your practice and you can make it your own, which means maybe you're in child's pose the entire class, or maybe you're doing a warrior pose right now. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands out in front or lift up and glance at the hands, rolling up to tabletop. And when you get there, maybe this time we do that brontosaurus tail swag, so you can swing the hips to one side and glance over the shoulder, and then the other side. And then getting some flexion in the spine. Move the shoulders the other way and the hips. Yeah, and then finding a little bit of stillness here, adjusting so we get in just the right spot to bring that left toe to the sky on an inhale. And then exhale, chin to the knee. And inhale, the toe goes to the sky. Maybe we bring the right arm forward. And then we can bring elbow to knee as we round. Inhale, toe to sky, arm comes forward. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach for the sky with that toe, reach forward with the hand. And if it's right, bring the hand back. Try to catch that foot in the hand. And kick the hand into, or the foot into the hand and feel the chest open. And then gently let go of that foot. Maybe bring the hand to the ground, knee to the ground. Now let's come right back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hips to the sky. And letting that spine really lengthen out with the weight of the head to pull on the spine towards the earth as the hips reach and stretch in the opposite way. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale, let the breath go. Now glance at the hands. Let's walk our feet towards our hands. Little baby step after baby step. Kind of the ball of the foot coming in front of the toe, and the ball of the foot coming in front of the toe, ball of the foot in front of the toe. Kind of inchworming our way forward. Feet ground. Exhale, drop the hips back, sit in our chair. This is a really, really strengthening shape, and we do it a lot on our Tuesday, Thursdays at noon, because there's just so much like power and strength and groundedness to it. So let's kind of tap into that aspect of the shape, feeling grounded. Those hips and those thighs are such an important home to ground into. So let's find that. And then we'll inhale to rise up, straightening the fronts of straightening the legs, but then kind of reaching forward to the fronts of the legs, shine those hip flexors. You can bring the arms back and overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart and stand nice and tall. Maybe bringing the feet wide and then grounding again. And let the breath go. And we'll begin again. Let's ground into the left foot and step the right foot back. Maybe we bring that right heel down. Maybe it feels good to angle that right foot towards the long edge, or maybe it feels good if that right foot is just facing forward. Maybe you don't even want to bring the heel down. But if you bring the heel down, just check out and see how that feels on the knee. And then spin the front knee. And then reach our arms up overhead. See about tucking that pelvis and feeling that low back active and the arms reach up. Maybe you're in Virabhadra Snow one. Some people, instead of saying warrior one, they say hero one. So for the sake of Rainier Maria Rilke, let's find our hero one pose. Find that hero within. And begin again. On an exhale, hinge at the waist. Just hovering that heart forward. Doesn't have to be far. It can be as much as feels right. And then shift the weight into the left foot. Step the right foot forward. And let's rise again. Arms can be anywhere you want. Mine are just still above my head. And then we'll find mountain pose. And ground the right foot. Step that left foot back. Maybe you find your hero one with your heel down. Maybe your heel is lifted. Any variation with those arms. We'll be here just for a couple breaths. Tapping into that hero inside. Breathe in and out. Maybe a little hinge forward, whether that leg is straight or bent. Getting a little strengthening in the core, the back. Nice, guys. And exhale, shifting the weight into the foot to step the left foot to meet the right. Let's find chair, or maybe you find mountain pose. Whatever's going to support you to ground your energy, ground your mind. And then we'll meet in mountain pose. Our left foot down. Let's bring our left hand to the hip. And then our right hand is going to come out as if we had a tray. You might want to find a wall with that left hand. Sometimes that's helpful. So I'm going to just model it on the wall here. So with the left weight in that left foot, bend the right knee. And then we're just going to hinge forward. So we're just hinging a little. And then that tray, the hand that has a tray comes back and it finds that foot just like we did in our half bow pose. Coming into our king dancer pose, Matarajasana. The hand can be palm facing towards the out of the leg or towards or in. So on the outside or inside of the ankle, you can always let go of that hand. You can hinge forward if you want. You can lift up and kind of make it more of a back bend, or you can lean forward. And then gently exhale to draw that right knee to meet the left. Bring the left hand down from in front of the heart, and then gently release the right hand from the right leg and ground into the earth. And we'll do it on the other side. Right hand on the right hip, ground into the right foot. Hinge forward, that left heel coming towards the glute. And then that left hand, like a tray, it kind of opens up and then goes back to find the foot. And you can find your Natarajasana on the other side. And just make it your own. Maybe it's more of just a standing pose. Maybe it's a reaching forward and expanding from one end of the body to the next. One more breath. And exhale, bring the left knee to meet the right. That arm can come out of the ethers down to the physical body, lowering that left foot to the ground. And then exhale in mountain pose. Bring hands to the heart space. Exhale, let the breath go. Inhale, float the arms up, bending knees. And then exhale, folding forward all the way down to the floor with the hands. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the knees down one by one. And then lie down on your belly. And when you get to the belly, reach through the fingertips, reach through the toes, lengthen the entire body. Maybe even grip the floor with those toes and grip the floor with the fingertips, press down and really feel yourself stretch through the armpits. So if you want, you can give your head a pillow with your hands. Maybe you bring the right knee out for a reclined tree on your belly, just to open that hip up a little bit, slowing the heart. And you can extend the right leg long and bring the opposite knee to bend and be a reclined tree on the other side. And extend that leg long. You know, maybe you find Shavasana on your belly today. You can roll over onto your back. Find it on your back. Let's thank ourselves for being here today together. Bringing our lights to shine as one. And do your best to just let yourself rest. Not many people would think of it like this, but a consistent yoga practice takes a lot of courage, because as we know, it's more than just moving physically through space, but yet it's transcending time and space as we heal all parts of our being. So thanking yourself for your commitment to yourself, to others, and just dropping into this resting pose. And we'll transition into some pranayama, followed by a silent sit. If you'd like to remain in shavasana, just remain still. If you want to practice some pranayama, then maybe wiggle toes and fingers, awakening the physical body before rolling over and coming to a seated position. Otherwise, just remain this lifeless, still being on the floor. So So we'll practice a couple rounds of our Kapalabhati, which is a purifying, cleansing, warming pranayama. If you have high blood pressure, then maybe skip this one, or you should skip it. And also if you have like a digestive issue such as diarrhea, you can also skip this because it's going to warm up the middle of your body. So our Kapalabhati is a passive inhale and a forceful exhale, and it's all done through the nose. So the mouth is closed and we breathe in, and then as we breathe out, the abdomen is going to go in. So it looks like this. And it's a really forceful exhale through the nose. And when you do that, like I said, the stomach is going to kind of pump in. So if it's new to you, you can even just place your hand on your belly to kind of assure that you're kind of pumping in on an exhale. And our inhales is going to come naturally. We don't even have to think about it. So we'll do 2 rounds of 40. So we'll do a round and I'll count, and then we'll pause and we'll do another one. And then we'll do our alternate nostril breathing, and then we'll sit together. So for Kapalabhati, close the mouth, just breathe in through the nose normal exhale. And then breathe in through the nose, and then a forceful exhale. One, 22, 23, 24, 25. And let yourself rest. And then we'll begin again. So inhale normally. Exhale. A normal inhale. Then forceful exhale, 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 exhale. One, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Inhale normal. Hold. And exhale. And then let it rest. And then when you're ready, you can come into your alternate nostril breathing whenever you're ready, or just come into your natural breath by just being aware of your inhale and aware of your exhale. And closing in a little bit of silence together. Let's bring our hands to our heart space and maybe rub our hands together, creating a little bit of heat in the hands. And then maybe placing those hands on the heart and maybe on our cheeks to warm the cheeks or warm the heart. And then we'll exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Namaste.